Welcome and all American Cartel members, Anons, Facebook friends, Twitter followers, random YouTube viewer. Thanks for joining me. My name is Julio. I am the Theorizing Theorist. And today we're going to be going over my thoughts on the GERNON case. Now, before I begin that, let's get the bull crap out of the way first. I was over in Benny's room. If you guys don't know who Benny is, I'm not going to give you his channel name. The dude's a racist, an undercover racist, not even really undercover, in my opinion, of course. He's a YouTuber. You could probably find him. But he has one of his names is Benny, I guess, and it's very fitting because the dude is a Benny to the fullest. He was on his YouTube channel and it was like, sad news or I'm highly emotional. It was a live video he put out just moments ago. And he continues to talk about how his brain is leaking into his spine or something like that. His brain's not all there or something to that effect. And which makes sense now, hindsight 2020 being 2020, you know what I mean? But beyond the point, not to make fun or light of the dude's medical conditions, he exposed himself. His motives and his intentions in this whole case. He's been a very big advocate of killing Mr. Brown, giving him the needle, and that Monica is innocent, and we should all just leave her the fuck alone, right? And these are his words, and he's very passionate about it. They're almost a little too passionate, like And so I mentioned that in his live that maybe you're in too deep, my man. I'm trying to stay unbiased in this. And if you don't know, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to pick sides. I'm bringing out all the theories, and it's my right. I want to talk about it. I want to go over this case, and I want people with me to talk to with about it. Does that make sense? And that's why I created this channel 3 years ago, starting with Isaac Cappy. It was something interesting. I was looking to start a channel anyway because I have editing. I went to film school, called the Colorado Film School, okay? And so for me, it was a long lost dream that I figured why not just do it as a hobby. And so here I am. And my last 3 channels got taken down during the great YouTube purge, the Anon purge, and I lost lots of subscribers, and I'm just trying to rebuild to that. So if there's any understanding there it is. I asked for money on all my videos. Okay, I learned to do that about a year ago. Or not a year, maybe 6 months ago, maybe, I don't know. Before I lost my other channels, I had worked 3 years building up my following and started doing this kind of full time. And really it's more like, a hobby, pastime, like part-time really, which is fine with me. I don't need it to be a full-time gig, just something to wet my beak, as they say. So back to the point at hand. I'm on this live feed with Benny, and Benny is like going in and out of he's like bipolar, One moment he's extremely emotional and angry and hooting and hollering, yelling, and then the next minute he's calling me sir, and oh yes sir, I'm sorry sir, yeah I'm driving well sir. He's got issues, and I can understand that with his emotional. With his medical issues going on right now, with his brain leaking into his spine or whatever it was that he had said, he, isn't in the right frame of mind to keep the facade together as far as it comes to his true intentions with Monica. And so if you don't know, he's been emailing me and telling me how he is in contact with Monica and they're about to issue a statement. And in this live, he let go a lot of info that I think he got from Monica. Now, it sounds like GERNON was killed in the house, in Monica's house. At least that's what I gathered. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to rewatch the live to see, but that's what I gathered is that, because we were talking about the knife being found, he kept claiming that the knife was actually found in Brown's house, although there's conflicting reports, and majority of the reports, I would think, that they were found in Monica's house. Anyway, then he continues about the rug and saying that, Brown used the knife in the house and there was blood everywhere, all over Brown, it was a gruesome scene in the house, which doesn't make sense. So I'm thinking he was leaking, much like his brain, information to the rest of us being the spine, right? And yeah, I am kind of trying to be mean. I know it's kind of in bad taste, but I don't have patience for racists. I just don't. Some people want to see Brown hang simply because he's brown or black or whatever you want to call him. And he said as much. He started talking about how the Peckerwoods, which is a white supremacist prison gang, or even probably not even a prison gang at this point, just an all-out gang, but white supremacist nonetheless, that they should hang him, take him to the woods and hang him. And that's how they would do it, right? And he was like bragging about it. And then when I called him out on that, and then some of his fans, his people that have subscribed, that are paying monthly to be subscribed, started chanting Peckerwoods or some shit like that. And it really showed me who I was dealing with, right? And then he continues and says, y'all need to leave this white woman alone. Just because she's white, leave Monica alone. Like, it was obvious at that point what we were dealing with, right? Some people only want it to be Brown. Some people only want it to be Monica. Here on an All-American Cartel, we are only seeking the truth, trying to go through all the prevalent and relevant evidence that's available to us. So please forgive me if we get it wrong. We don't ever really make anything. We only believe in God to be the truth, and anything and everything else is a possible or probable or plausible thing. Does that make sense? So I wanted to go over that and break some of that stuff down before I continued on my thoughts on the Cash GERNON case. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just move along from this Benny kid. He's obviously going through some stuff, and I don't need to keep digging his grave, because it looks like he's already got one foot in there. So anyway, and I mean with his channel, I mean being a racist, it's a suicide for a channel. So anyway, you know, Cash GERNON, I think something that we all want to say and we're all thinking, but nobody is really saying because the evidence is just simply not there, which would make sense, was this a child sacrifice? Was this illuminated in any way, shape, or form? Was this a snuff film? Why was there people recording it? Why was there people, it looks like a phone camera, flashlight behind the window, like recording it? Where were all these videos? Lots of other things that I can go over, like the abuse the Pinkerton said, and all kinds of other things that have just shot off red flags of this house being one of those houses where they, upload child, what, and distribute it, Now, they could be protected, right? If you don't know, Albert Martinez, he is a protector of the Archdiocese, which is Catholic, or he was. I'm not sure if he still is. Not throwing any dirt. It's just food for thought. These are all just little things that one wouldn't notice in a conspiracy theory mind. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm putting on my tinfoil hat here and just saying what everyone is kind of like almost thinking. I think that, at least. Maybe I'm wrong. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Could this have been a snuff film of sorts, or and it could have been Brown that was doing it? Maybe Monica was abusing him and Brown snuffed him. I don't know. All kinds of things are very, very, very odd and weird with this case, that you would be a fool to pick a side. At this point, if you can't check the comment section of a lot of these places, you would see that in the comment section, the population or the public opinion is 50-50. We all have all the evidence. You don't need to bring out, some people are like, well, why do they have Brown in jail? Don't you know they have Brown in jail? Yeah, we know. We've got all the evidence, and some people are just 50-50, and it's funny because it's 50%. It's literally like half of the Democrats and half of the Republicans think it was Brown, and the other half of the Democrats and the other half of the Republicans think it was Monica. So this isn't necessarily along political lines. It's a real odd thing, at least that I've noticed. I've seen diehard MAGA defending Brown, and I've seen diehard MAGA want to use Brown as an example of Black Lives Matter being, whatever. And I've seen the alternative, right? So what I'm getting at is, let's all not pick a side. Let's all try to just wait. Like I said earlier in one of my earlier videos, the facts are all coming out. right? Let's wait. Let's just all be patient. Now, I'm being accused by a lot of people of being like spreading these rumors and coming, not a lot, just really a couple of people, but that's not true. I only believe in God. And if you're hearing it from me right now, everything that I have said before, these are all just theories that are out there, thoughts that are out there, curiosities that are out there, right? I only report on them because I would want somebody to put them all in a spot for me, and so I can go and comment. And matter of fact, I do have things that I'm interested in that I go and subscribe to, and I comment on their channel, right? In that sense. So I'm not going to keep talking. If you guys want to donate to my channel, and I say this on every video, if you want to donate to my channel, please consider donating by checking the description box below. There's links to my Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal. I very much so appreciate any donations I get, even $1. It all goes towards the channel and building it and keeping it running. So other than that, guys, that's all I really have for you. That's all I really wanted to go over. So please comment down below any of your thoughts on this case. And if it's so out of this world to think that it might have been something more nefarious, that was more of a conspiracy, which means more than one person was involved. That's all I'm asking, right? Was it Brown himself, which would make it just a sole murder charge, or was it a conspiracy? So please comment down below, and as always, you guys know the routine.